I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't fucking care that Ian Watkins died. And in fact, I am actually very happy that he did. I feel like there's this weird dichotomy a lot of people have whenever someone really shitty gets killed, usually in prison, when it's like, are they supposed to wither away and rot? Are they supposed to, decay and succumb to the consequences of their own actions until they finally die at the ripe old age of hopefully 98 while eating a smooth diet of goulash? My philosophy and personal thing on it is, I don't fucking care. I mean, I don't hold any bad blood in saying it. I'm happy the bitch is dead. And I think this is a good time to remind everyone that whatever you think you know about the Ian Watkins situation, it was so much worse than what you thought. Like, I think people have a cursory sort of look into everything that happened in regards to the Ian Watkins situation. Everyone knows he was a creep. Everyone knows the things he did with minors. The fact he was literally drugging minors and trying to rape them. No, I'm not going to sugarcoat the language. I mean, it's not uncommon for the rabbit hole to go deeper than people think and the well to run a lot deeper when it comes to the debauchery that some of these assholes can really have as people and as individuals. The special forms of degeneracy that a lot of these people bring to the table. And much like a lot of said degenerates, Ian Watkins had a very deep running well in terms of his debauchery and his vileness. He did shit with animals, he was drugging kids, he was trying to rape kids, he had a weird history with women, and just in general, he had a spiral of a life because of drugs, which obviously no excuse whatsoever, and anyone that makes an excuse or says that, people should have treated him better, fuck off with that shit. You're just making excuses, and I think you need to look in the mirror and try to figure out what you're justifying. Just be careful, is all I will say. Now, something about this whole killing that a lot of people are jumping to the conclusion of is because Ian Watkins was this type of person, much like other serial killers and serial rapists and people who hurt children or animals, a lot of times you'll see these people get killed by other murderers that already have life sentences without probation or any form of chance of probation, and so they just murk the motherfuckers because they know that they're not going to get out of prison anyway, so why not rid the world of some evil Jeffrey Dahmer style? But sadly, I'm actually not 100% sure, and I don't think anyone is 100% sure if that was the motive behind his killing, because as of this year, the prison has reported that violence has upticked and that, generally speaking, attacks and assaults have skyrocketed in this specific prison. But not only that, the person, or at least one of the perpetrators of his killing, which they don't know if he was stabbed or slit in the throat, they don't quite know as of now, is literally in there for rape. So it's not like this was someone that was just like a killer, someone that just, had like a drug homicide or something like that. This was someone who literally raped someone. So it's kind of gray area. You don't usually see people of similar crimes killing people in some sort of moral vigilante type of style. It's just kind of uncommon and a little strange, I guess. But regardless, he is dead. Hallelujah. And when it comes to the legacy of lost prophets, I think people forget something. And I talked at a con recently to quite a few people about this at a panel. I said, generally speaking, if you enjoyed something, if it resonated with you, if it meant something to you at the time, don't let it be poisoned by the sheer aftershock of it all, because whatever it represented to you at the time still remains. And I truly do believe that the members of Lost Prophets did not know everything that was going on in the same way that everyone who ever remotely knew Diddy obviously didn't know the full extent of everything that happened with him. Insiders and people very close to him, yeah, they might have had inklings, and we may never know the full extent of who knew or who didn't know about the Ian Watkins situation, but the way the band members reacted and the way that they stepped away immediately, the way they cut contact immediately, it felt very genuine. And supposedly, and this is kind of confirmed both by Ian himself as well as multiple different members and people in his life at the time, because of his drug sort of spiraling, he was very distant and disconnected from pretty much everyone. So I don't think the band members should be held to a bad standard or held liable for their association with this type of person that they just didn't know at the time, because the first chance they had, they cut contact and moved along. So I think now more than ever, it's great to support the other artists that were part of Lost Prophets, as well as just try to be cognizant about the parasocial dynamics and relationships that people have towards these bands and towards these artists, because this is a metal channel and an alternative music channel. As a result of that, it's easy to sort of be in a bubble and think that our niche is so far removed from everything else that it cannot be touched by the same plagues that sort of poison the well of so many different other communities and niches. We're not special. We're not unique. There are a lot of Ian Watkins in the world. There are a lot of Ian Watkins in other spaces and other communities. He is a bad apple, absolutely. He is in no way, shape, or form an indication of some greater sum of people that act this way in this community, but it's just important to remember that even though we hold metal and rock to such a high standard, anything can happen, and there can be any sort of person in this community. Much like a lot of the things that happen with like Ronnie Radke and Tillian Pearson and Connie Scarbosa, we can be infected just like anything else. But rest in hell, Ian Watkins. I bid you a very not fond adieu. But what are your guys' opinions and reactions to the whole Ian Watkins situation? You can let me know down in the comment section below. I can't wait to hear it. Agree or disagree, there is no wrong answer, although I don't know why you disagree with this one. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to join the review family today, and smash that notification bell to be notified of my future uploads. You know who it is, my name is Jay Morris, and I'm signing off saying farewell.